Hello, beautiful Pisces. Welcome back to Intuitive Energies and another reading with me, Jane. I'm so glad that you're here. And yes, my voice sounds a little off. I didn't wake up that long ago. My sleep patterns have been a little bit erratic. I get woken up early, stay up, then go back to bed. So I sleep in chunks, and I'm really not used to that. So it's okay. I've got my cafe cocoa as always, and I'm here as always. Whatever life throws, you go with the flow. That's the way it is, right? Right. So, a sip of coffee. And hopefully my voice recuperates as I go. All right, Pisces. So before we start this beautiful reading and the last cards for this week, I want to let you know that tomorrow I'm going to be doing the full moon reading as well as the reading for the upcoming week. Excited as we go. We're picking up momentum. I feel it in the cards, I feel it in the energy, and I think we're doing fantastically well. Now today I'm going to be using the Cosmic Journey Oracle, I'm going to be using the Guild Tarot, and this card right here is from the Super Attractor. Now if you want to find those decks, there's an affiliate link in a link below in the description box that says find a deck, and they're all in alphabetical order. That's why I name them before the reading now, so that you guys can find them if you want them, right? I remember when I was watching others, I always wanted somebody to say, what deck is that? What deck is that? So there it is. That's the deck. Okay, these are the decks. Of course, the one that I use for my weeklies is the original Rider-Waite. I use it every week, so that one's easy to find. Okay, so we're going to begin, Pisces. I actually did not take these out of the box. A lot of you have said that you absolutely love these Cosmic Journey Oracle. I do too. I think they're fantastic. I love what they have to add and all the little exercises they have you do. They're so spirit based and human based. They really make us go in deep. And the Guild Tarot, if you go by it, is going to look very different than the deck that you see here. This one I have modified so heavily. I've taken the huge borders off and I've painted, I actually painted the backs black. I did not like the back. You can see in some of them it's kind of showing through. It gives it that aged look and I like it. Just know that you're not getting this when you get the Guild Tarot. I love the deck. I didn't like the format of it very much, so I changed it almost immediately. All right, so here we go, Pisces. The two cards that came out for today were the Two of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Now, when I pulled from the cards, the Super Attractor, it says, I let the universe catch up with my dreams. This felt so fitting because the Ten of Pentacles is still in your reach. That's fantastic. That's ancestral wealth. That's something, I mean, it's the card you want if you're going to get a card in a tarot deck. The Ten of Pentacles points out wealth and protection and support and like the wealth. It's like usually people will say generational wealth, so that's a lot of money, okay, and a lot of support, a lot of abundance, a lot of everything, okay. But in this case it's in reverse, saying that your goals, whatever they may be, may not be for, like, you know, monumental wealth. Mine never was. It's just to be comfortable. But it may be whatever your goal is, happiness, whatever you're striving for, you're going to get it. It's just that it isn't right away, right here, right now. All week, I think Spirit has been forcing on since probably quite a few weeks ago that everything happens in different steps. But the steps this week, they really wanted you to focus on this Two of Cups. Okay, in order to get that wealth, you have to focus on your harmony within yourself. And that makes perfect sense, Pisces. So this is your spiritual guidance reading for the week. I never know what to call it. It's like what spirit really wants you to listen to today. Okay? So find the harmony and to reach your goals. Sometimes it's a long haul to do it. It's sometimes, you know, it's a lot of stuff happen from outside forces that come and steal your harmony away. You have to find some way to bring it back. You know, you have to band with yourself and with other people that are like-minded to create your harmony. Okay? I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but it's been on my mind. Next to my house used to be a beautiful forest, and they have, through the last couple of months, sneakily even I should say, have cut down most of that forest next to my house. It was very, it's been happening a lot, and everybody says the same thing when it happens. Oh, it's terrible, why are they doing this, da, 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 da. And a lot of people feel like they can't do anything about it. They can't fight the big companies, you know how it is. So this time around, I've tried to take that and band with other people who feel the same way, but have taken upon themselves to try and somewhat fix the problems or the what is happening. So there are communities and there are organizations that come in and offer for you. They do seedlings and they plant trees, and then you can take them and plant them on your land. So I found one that I can plant 5 trees on my land, and I have enough land to plant more trees. And I found out that this organization does $10,000 a year to give to the area, just my community, just this area, to replant. So there are people who work on a solution, even though there are people going around with destroying and doing destructive things. So this is what I'm saying. You can feel a little helpless by what's going on around you, especially when it's done, and it's, by the time you get wind of it, it's practically already on top of you. But there are other things that you can do, and through this I can look for other support systems, other people who feel the same way, others who want to, you know, regrow. You create a movement in a community, and you put people in touch with, you know, the why this needs to be done. Okay? So I know a lot of people go and protest, and they attack the people who are doing this. To me, the best way of attack would be to ask them why. Why are you doing this? And do you realize what you are doing? Is there a comprehension deep down of the hurt that it could cause? That's all I would love an answer to. And then to find the people who know why and want to help and fix and heal the planet. So thank you for taking the time to listen to me for this. But it comes up to this, Pisces. I let the universe catch up with my dreams. Okay? So this made me think of this because there's little trees here being planted on the hill. Okay? It takes a long time for trees to grow. But you can do it. It can come about. Okay? Focus on the unity, not on the divide. Okay? I'm going to focus on finding like-minded people who want to fix the problem, not stand alone and yell at the injustice. So, that was a lot, but I think some of you will, you know, understand. Okay. Soul giraffe. We've had this one before. The giraffe is standing really tall. Okay? So I feel that it's saying, look at the higher view. Look at what's coming. Okay? In your soul, there's more than just what you're seeing. There's a different way of doing things. There's more than disgust. There's more than just hate. There's more than just yelling at people. There's other ways of doing things. There's vision and there's grace. And I love that. The attributes is vision and grace. Exactly. Grace. Okay. A higher vantage, seeing obstacles. The soul giraffe is here to help you with your grander vision, to allow you to see higher and farther. The long neck of the soul giraffe gives you an elevated view of what's on the horizon, as well as another vantage point of the big picture. We're also reminded perhaps we cannot label something as good or bad, right or wrong, unless we can see the full picture. Exactly. Okay? So, an example of what my example is giving you, I could go after that company, but do I know maybe those trees were diseased? A lot of them look like they had, like they weren't really growing anymore. So maybe there is some other thing. Before I know the full facts, you can't just go and attack. You can't go on a rampage, okay? So, like I said, unknown to me, I doubt it, but you know, you got to give people the benefit of the doubt. You have to ask the why, right? So, the giraffe gracefully glides along the path, spotting what others cannot. So these are the potential question to ask. If I could see higher and farther, what would I see? What is on the horizon for this situation? Instead of the low-hanging fruit, what if I went for the lofty fruit? What might be within my grasp if I went higher in my thinking or viewpoint? Okay, and what danger is ahead that I haven't seen yet? Exactly. When you see things from higher up, you can see things with a greater vantage point. You have a better view of what is coming, Pisces. All right. So I know I've spoken a lot, and I know a lot of you are okay with that. You like my experiences and my stories, and I appreciate you. Of course, now I'm opening the door for the trolls, but oh well. They'll be obliterated by Marcus, my sweetheart. So I'm always good with that. He keeps my energy high, thank God. Okay, so we have the King of Cups, inspiration, the Queen of I'm pretty sure nurture. That's got to be Pentacles, absolutely. Haven't used this deck in a while. So beautiful, though. And the Nine of Coins, prudence, and that one always comes out. So when I look at this, your hard work and the word prudence. Prudence for me is always to being careful. Okay, and it's funny that they associate it to that card, but I'll use it intuitively. I'll use it as the card is presenting it to me. I am also going to use the normal, well, the one I associate, the base meaning that I associate with this card. So, the work that you're doing through all of this, Pisces, is that you're staying calm in a sea of, of turbulence. You see this? You are calm in a sea of turbulence. And you're nurturing every possible answer, any possible solution that there may be out there. And every possible outcome of everything that you do, okay? Just if you can't think of what I'm saying, think in my story, okay? Instead of going on the attack, I'm thinking of all the possible whys, all the possible solutions that I can work on to help the environment and help the planet, because that's what I really want. And my plot of land for now is mine, because that's how the world works. We work on ownership. So I have ownership of this land, and I can make a difference on my little square. And I will. Okay? So I'm going to do what I can from where I am. I'm going to help the planet grow and heal and give oxygen in my environment, in my area. And I'm going to be a great promoter of that. I'm going to nurture the planet, okay? And then I'm going to be prudent in the way I use my energy, because the Nine of Pentacles is your hard work paying off. But I'm going to pause instead of just reacting. okay? I'm not just going to go on the defensive. I'm going to be offensive. I'm going to balance things out and see what I can do to get the best outcome in harmony, okay, with myself and the situation. I know sometimes you can't do that, but sometimes it's worth the effort, okay? So this is what this is saying right now. All right, Pisces. And I did let my heart break when I saw those three down. I did cry. I was very sad. It was very painful to watch. I wish people could see the magic of trees, right? It's not that I'm against bringing down trees. The planet was grown to help us survive. It's just the level of destruction that they go into. Instead of taking certain amounts, you know, dead trees can be used and recycled. You could use a certain percentage of the land and put down trees and then replant in those areas. Now that would be, you know, more balanced, but they go from all to nothing, 0 to 100 with no pause. It gets very scary how destructive humans can be here. It's just very scary. It takes so very little thought. It's just very scary. Okay, so let's see what other energy that Spirit would like you to look at. You have 2 aces, so there's a lot of renewal. They want you to think outside the box, for sure. They want you to start with 1, okay, instead of going to 10 right away. Which is funny because you have the 10, the Wheel of Fortune. But they're trying to tell you that everything comes in cycles, Pisces. Everything comes in cycles. With the wheel, it's a cycle. It's the wheel spinning in a direction. And it's spinning in the direction of clarity. And you can't go to 10 without first being clear of what you're seeing or what you're doing. And you can't have a renewed energy if you didn't take the time to start fresh and new and look at those beginnings and the renewals that come in, okay? The newness of things have to come in for things to be renewed, for things to be seen in a different way. You can't start with old things or you have to start with 1, 2, 3, especially in this world, in humanity. You have to follow. You can't just run through to 10. Some people will say, sure you can, sure you can. You can skip a few. Sure you can, absolutely. Doesn't mean you're not going to have to repeat it at some point because you missed the whole point to it, okay? It's a journey, not the destination that matters. It's the journey. It's how you react to things. Do you react as a defeatist? They're cutting down all the trees, and pretty soon we're going to be breathing like, you know, carbon monoxide all the time. What are you doing about it? Okay? You're not. Are you going to be part of the problem? Are you just going to yell at each other and find no solutions? Are you going to be part of the solution? Okay? There may be 1,000 trees that came down, but if 100 people, or let's say 1,000 people planted each a tree, the solution would be okay, okay? And for us, they're allowing us 5 for free, you know, so do what you can. And then look around, see if anybody else wants to give you some, or you can buy some, okay? Not at those retailers that, you know, charge you $70 for a tree, which is kind of ridiculous, but, you know, we won't go there. Just, you know, find the solution. There are always solutions. There are people you can talk to. There are people who still have very, you know, open lands. Offer them something for the small trees that are growing every year. Okay? Right. I'm using this example that I gave you as an example in your life to use, just to show you that there is room for growth. There is room to make things, to shift things around. And remember what I said, you lead by example. If this becomes a movement and a thing to do where people are, you know, it becomes like, well, we need the air to breathe, and then more and more people are planting trees. The people who are cutting down trees are going to start, well, let's just say they're going to start going, ooh, that's kind of frowned upon. Okay? So just think about it. The more people make a difference, the more it becomes mainstream, a reality. Okay? Right. Okay, so I see we have a tower moment. Yeah, breaking down old stuff, okay? You know, throwing out the old. Like, I actually, what I feel in this card is throwing out the old. I won't say what I'm thinking, Pisces. I won't. So, here we go. What Spirit wants you to know. There's victory. And you can be a role model. That's exactly what I was talking about as the cards were coming out. You can be a role model. The more you do something, the more it becomes mainstream, it becomes reality. Then we have growth spurts where people, like, just remember the society, everybody smoked, and then suddenly it became like, oh, it gives you lung cancer, and people can't breathe, and they have emphysema, and it's really not good for you. What are you doing? It became not a mainstream thing anymore, right? Things changed. People became... The tides changed, okay? So, growth in that way. And then after that, you have the tower coming in. So, it's breaking down those foundations. Let's say when you say, oh, you can't go after, I'm talking about the trees again, you can't go after those big industries that are in it to make money, okay? They got lawyers and big companies, and you'll never make them stop doing what they do. But you can, okay? With the power of what is popular and what's not. Companies want to be profitable to the people they sell to. If they do things that are unpopular, they then become unprofitable, okay? So this is how things shift. It may not be fair. It's maybe not making them see what you want them to see, you know, and say, why can't you see that you're destroying the planet? Because they only see in dollar signs. But you're making them do things that will help the planet and make them come around regardless. Now, you have to remember that not everybody is going to be on an awakened path, a journey of realizing that we got to protect the planet. That's very evident. We've seen that. We've seen it in big cities that, you know, don't clean up their air. We've seen it in a million different ways. So you have to just make your changes. Think outside the box. Think long term, okay? And do it in a way that's going to bring you harmony, not destruction, not hurt inside of yourself, especially with this card here. You have the Two of Cups, you know. Bring harmony. Bring a beautiful relationship. Find kindred spirits and find different solutions. Things that will move that wheel forward. Move that wheel in that direction. Anyway, I've spoken enough. This is long enough, Pisces. I'm going to come back with the extended. I'm going to let Spirit come in. And I laugh because Spirit already is in, but we will talk about this. And the bottom, what they're not seeing is the Nine of Swords, the despair. We're going to talk about that too tonight. I'm going to save some for tonight. Okay. Thank you very much, Pisces. I'm sending you lots of love, light, and blessings. Please make sure to like this video before you take off, and I will see you later.